13th. Wow. Hello, welcome to You're the Expert. I'm Bill Polchinski, but you can call me Jason for tonight. I don't care what you call me, but call me, don't call me late for dinner. Anyway, welcome to the program. Can you hear this all right in there? Is that okay? Should I leave this on? Oh, wonderful. Well, I just want to say, again, welcome to You're the Expert. And it's the show where people from the viewing area come on, show us what they do and how they do it. And tonight is no exception. But first I want to say, Yankees, you did a great job. And George, if you get rid of Buck, you're nuts. You are absolutely nuts, and I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. But anyway, let me tell you about tonight's show. Oh, but before I do that, do we have our photo of the week? You know what happens with our photo of the week contest. We show you a photo at the beginning of the show, which is right now. And here it is. This is our photo this week. Whoa! Who is that? It looks like a big hedge with a face and sunglasses. It's either George Bush or Robert Plant. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's Axl Rosebush from Guns N' Roses. But anyway, what you do is you give us a caption, give us a call at 1-800-EXT-HELP, or fax us at 516-596-0715, and give us your caption. If you have a caption for that photo of the week, you will win this cool hat. It says, "I dig plants," and this is from Trimble's Nursery out in Cutchogue, where Professor Barbara Shadler did some filming this week, and we're going to hear from Professor Barbara Shadler a little bit later on in the program. But first, let me tell you who's coming up tonight. Ooh, we got a great show. This is going to be fun. Oh, first, can I tell you about my tie? I'm wearing this tie tonight because it's Friday the 13th, and I thought it was apropos. Can you see what it says here? Help! 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 You see, this is the main help, and all the rest are the extra help. I'll use that joke until I get a laugh out of it. Anyway, tonight on our program, first up is Georgia Wink. That is her name, W-I-N-K, Georgia Wink. I don't know if that's anything like Bronx Cheer, Georgia Wink, you know. Anyway, she's going to be decorating cakes right here in the studio. And then Marie Walters is going to be back. She was here earlier in the year decorating T-shirts. Tonight she's going to be doing holiday, especially a Halloween T-shirt appliques. So that's going to be fun. And the return of Crazy Joe Barcelona with the fall apple preview. He was out east at Cutchogue at Trimble's Nursery. And he's checked out some apples, and we're going to be talking apples later on and seeing what's what. And Professor Barbara Shadler, remote on camera, is going to be here talking about apples, picking them right off the trees. You can't get fresher than that. Okay, it's Friday the 13th, and here is our tip of the week. And it's from the Pet Show with Mark Marone. And the tip of the week for you pet owners is, it's flea season. No, that doesn't mean you have to flee the country. It means that this is the worst time of year for fleas. If you have pets, fleas are going to be looking for a warm place to stay. Now that the weather's getting a little cooler, they're going to jump on your pets, jump into your house, jump into your rug, and jump all over the place, jumping ugly with fleas. Well, pay special attention to your pets. This is the worst time of the year for fleas, says Mark Marone. Carefully inspect your pet and spray them periodically. All you triskaidekaphobiacs out there, all of you who have the fear of the number 13, stay right where you are. Relax. It's going to be okay. We got a great show coming up. You're on the Extra Help channel, and you're watching You're the Expert.
My wish is to visit my grandparents on their farm and pet the cats and ride the horse and just be able to see them.
My wish is to meet the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
My wish is to get a computer to help me in school.
I wish I had a mountain bike because I really enjoy being outdoors.
asking for very much. Please, help us give it to them.
Hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods are disasters that catch many families unprepared. Please don't let that happen to you. Take time now to prepare a disaster plan. Discuss when and how to evacuate your home in a hurry. If you aren't told to leave, find the safest place in your home to gather during a storm. If your family is separated, know where to meet or whom to call to check in. Pack a disaster supplies kit with essential personal items, including prescription medicine and eyeglasses, a radio, flashlight, extra batteries, food, and water. Most importantly, stay tuned to your radio during an emergency. If you are told to evacuate, know the route to safety, then grab your kit and go. Make protecting your family your first concern. Contact your Red Cross chapter. We'd like to help by providing you these important publications. Remember, someone is depending on you.
Welcome back to You're the Expert. I'm your host, Bill Polchinski, and this is what I look like in real life. And I'm here with Georgia Wink. Welcome to the program, Georgia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Very well, thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Uniondale, Long Island.
Oh, Uniondale.
Oh, yeah.
And what do you do there?
I work at a kennel and cattery supply in Belmore by the name of Kennel Vet, and I work at a nursery school in Grace Lutheran Church.
Oh.
And I raise my family.
Good for you. That's 3 full-time jobs you have.
That's
then.
it.
And so when do you have time to play with cakes?
This is my sanity, my relaxation in the evenings when I come home. I do this for my family and my friends for their birthdays, christenings, graduations.
I highly recommend this as a form of therapy. And how about the eating of the cakes?
That I leave to everyone else. We don't eat them at my house. We just like plain, ordinary things.
Where are you shipping these things out to? Because you do some beautiful work.
Well, we have a lot of friends, and of course when you take a cake to a friend's house and their friends ask their friends and their friends ask their friends, and it starts mushrooming. And we do it for all our friends and their acquaintances.
Is your family doing anything special for Friday the 13th, like staying in the house and ducking under the covers or anything like that?
No, my family's not superstitious like that.
Well, that's
not
good.
At all.
So, what do we have here? You decorate cakes, and
yes.
We have a cake here. What kind of cake is this?
This is a marble cake with chocolate filling, and we have a finished one here. This is a cooked buttercream that we use. It doesn't work too well under the lights. That's why we're not working with it here. And it's also tinted for the cameras.
Oh.
So we're working on a Halloween cake this evening.
What did you tint it with? Spray paint or poisonous food dyes or anything like that?
No, nothing poisonous. This is paste food color. It doesn't water down the frostings. It makes a nice hue, a nice tint, without making anything liquidy.
Oh, very nice. Gee, that's great. And where do you get this stuff?
I get them at Grandma's Candy Kitchen in Wantagh. They sell all the supplies there.
How about anywhere out further east in Long Island, you know, where people can find things? There's special bake shops?
There are a lot of specialty shops that sell these items. My paper goods I buy in Freeport at Price Paper Products. My gels and my wafer paper I buy at Intercounty Baking out in Babylon. And pick up things as you go along the way and just work with them.
That's great. You're all over the place getting this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And this is all for fun. So let's have some fun and let's see what we do here when we decorate.
Okay, well, we'll frost the top of this cake here tonight. Put a little bit of frosting on, get it going. How's that? Okay.
I notice you have some wax paper here. And
yes, that keeps the plate that you're using, or it keeps the glassine doilies from being all stained and greasy when you take the cake. Nothing looks worse than a cake that's all greasy.
Oh, I see. So you take liberties and you could throw your
you can make
icing all over the place.
if you have to, and you really get into it, and then you take it out when you're done, and it looks like you've never done a bit of damage to it.
Oh, it looks, people say, oh, you're so neat the way you do this.
That's right. That's right. Little do they know that we're hiding a lot of things. And you know, there's a saying among cake decorators, only cake decorators can eat their mistakes.
That's true.
So we frost the top of the cake, and usually I have a glass of warm water, and I smooth it all out.
Is there any, you know, artistic thing that you need to know? Is there any rhyme or reason, or are you just smoothing away here?
Cover it up nice and thick that everybody has enough frosting on their cake, and then you take the warm water generally, and you smooth it, and you get it as smooth as glass if you can. This one doesn't want to smooth too well. But that's all right, because we've got a scarecrow down there that we're going to cover the cake with.
Ah.
And every bit of the cake is edible, right down to the doily, which sometimes when people are done, they put that part on the floor so the dog gets a little bit of the frosting too. Okay.
Is that all on there? I was going to ask if I could try, if there's
Be my guest, be
any,
my guest.
any trick to this.
No.
You're just smoothing and
Just smooth
and the
around.
Lazy Susan helps.
That helps tremendously.
I feel like I'm doing unwork. You've been doing all the work, and now I come along and say, okay, let me ruin it for you.
No problem.
So that's pretty workable.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, just make sure everybody gets enough frosting.
Right.
And let me find my piece here.
Okay.
And I'll put a little extra frost. No, I'm just kidding. This is great. Now, is this frosting out of a box? Is this?
This is frosting out of a container because it has a little bit more substance. Mine is a cooked buttercream. It's butter, milk, sugar, flour, and it has a tendency to get very soft under the lights. But it tastes much better than this stuff.
Well, did I ruin it or did I?
No, it's perfect.
It's okay?
Absolutely perfect.
I love that.
Right.
I love when people say it's perfect.
Sure. Now, I don't know if we can see the finished product. We can tip it up a little bit to show you what it looks like.
Watch, this is going to slide, and we're going to...
It's got a scarecrow on the top, and it says Happy Halloween.
Yeah, just hold that there.
Sure.
I've got
Which one?
Just,
yeah.
there we go.
There we go. That's there.
Good. Just that camera. There we go.
Okay.
How do you look?
And I've got one in process here that we can show you what it looks like. And it's done with gels. And I have the gels in plastic bags.
Oh,
This
so
is
that's
the
what
scarecrow that
the
we're working
writing
on
is.
now. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
And you
let's take a look at this guy, work in progress. Could you...
It's like coloring. You just color in the lines. My hands are shaking like crazy tonight, so it's not going to be too good.
That's where we get the squiggly lines.
Right. You just fill it in like a coloring book.
Uh-huh.
That's where we get a lot of our ideas, our pictures from, coloring books.
And what is this stuff that the scarecrow is on?
This is called wafer paper. It's made out of potatoes and rice. And actually, this is in sheets. This comes in sheets, and they take it and they cut it up in pieces and accentuate it, and they use it as the host in church and communion.
Oh. You know, I was going to make some kind of wafer remark like that, but I didn't have to. This is the real deal.
It's the real thing.
So wafer paper.
Wafer paper, and it's totally edible. You want to taste? Doesn't have much flavor, but you can give it a shot.
Sure.
There you go.
Polish people, we have the opłatek. The Christmas time we share. It's wafer.
Right.
Mmm.
Same thing? Just about.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like eating an envelope.
Right. Right. Now, we're just going to show you how we put some borders on the cake. That's the finished touch. You just start with the bordering on the cake.
What do they call these things?
This is a bag, a pastry bag. It's
Pastry
a plastic lined canvas bag.
And you're just making little
stars.
That's one little loop, and then you pull back.
Right.
And you're squeezing the whole time there?
Right. You just give it enough pressure that you can get enough out without too much coming out at one time. And you go all around the top.
Do you have the thing in the house where, like, you'll squeeze it and roll it from the end, and your husband will squeeze it from the middle?
No. No. My husband
toothpaste.
basically likes to sit and watch.
Yeah.
He doesn't get involved.
Speaking of getting involved, how did you get involved in all this?
Well, when you have children, and your children like to have fancy birthday cakes or they have class parties, you get involved very quickly. And I got interested in it, and then I found out that our local adult education in Uniondale High School had a course. And I took a course in cake decorating, and took a second course in cake decorating, and started to do it for friends and for family, and it just keeps mushrooming. As I said, I have more friends now than I ever thought I had in my life.
Friends with sweet tooth.
That's right.
We have a phone call on the line. We have Tim. Hello, Tim. Welcome to the program.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
What would you like to know? Or do you have a caption?
I cook cakes all the time, and they always fall.
Okay, they fall?
Well,
Yeah, it's like...
Could you turn the volume of your television down? We're having a tough time hearing you here.
Okay. Better?
Yes?
I cook them, and like one side of them is always like real low.
Okay, there's a tip to doing that. When you use your baking pan, you line it with the flour and the Crisco. You put your batter in, and then you take a wet piece of toweling, and you wrap it around the outside of the pan and pin it. And put that in the oven with the cake. It doesn't burn, but what it does is it makes the cake rise from the outside to the center instead of from the center to the outside. Makes them more level.
Oh, thank you for calling, Tim. Good question and good answer.
Thank you.
You are an expert at this stuff. So that's nice. And now I can really see where the wax paper comes in.
Right. This is a little soft now, so it's a little messier than it should be, but
Is that because of our
because of the
lights
light,
up here?
yeah. Yeah, it's a very soft consistency to this frosting. So when you want to put the bottom border on, you can also disguise a little if you need to, because you can make the bottom border bigger than the top border, and it covers a little bit more space.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see.
See.
I see what you're doing there. Let's see if we can get you doing that around the side so we can see what it is that you're doing there. There you go. Okay. Mmm.
Okay.
What other kind of designs or shapes do you have for
there are
tips?
hundreds of tips. There are
Just
tips
move that around that way.
There are tips that you use just to make roses. There are tips that are multiple little strings if you want to make like three-dimensional grass. Star tips and writing tips. I have many, many tips at home that I use.
If you wanted to make little horses, would you use racing tips? Just kidding.
No,
just
afraid
kidding.
not.
How about steak? Sirloin tips?
Sure. I also do sugar molding and put them on the cakes. One of the biggest hits of the past few years were those Ninja Turtles. Now we're into the Power Rangers stage where everybody likes the Power Rangers. So we do a lot of friends' children's cakes with the Power Rangers on them.
Now before, that's great. And that covers up anything slight imperfections that might have gotten between the wax paper.
Absolutely.
You were talking about the icing being soft under the lights and everything. Do you start with cooler icing? Does this come out of the refrigerator when you're working with it?
The buttercream that I make is it's a cooked buttercream. You cook the flour and the milk, and then you cool that, and you strain that. And then you add room temperature butter and sugar, granulated sugar, and vanilla, and you mix it. And it makes a very nice consistency, almost like an ice cream, like a soft ice cream. But you can't use that cold because it has a tendency to separate when it's cold. So you use it at a room temperature. And it works very well. It has good staying power. I see it staying very well here tonight. And it works quite well on the cake.
Now, how about the cake has come out of the oven, it's about 250 degrees, and how long do you wait before you start frosting?
Usually you can take it, I usually put it in a plastic bag and put it in the refrigerator for about an hour.
Oh, an hour.
And that cools it down to room temperature, and it also lets the cake set. It gets a little more solid, that you can cut it and fill it, and then you can start to work on it.
Have you ever had a disaster?
Oh, yes. When it's very, very warm, like in the summer when it was 108 degrees, you put the buttercream on the side, you turn the cake, and the buttercream is running off the other side. So there's been a few disasters where we've had to patch things, but I once had a person drop a cake after it was finished, and he brought it back, and he said, "You didn't give me a good cake," and I said, "Okay," and redid the whole top of the cake for him while he waited.
I would have socked the guy. I would have socked the guy. Mom, if you're watching out there, remember the pumpkin you made for Halloween? We had that very runny kind of thing. My mother used one of those bowls that had the contours on the side, and it made a beautiful pumpkin mold. And she frosted it and put some face, eyes and nose and things on it, but it was still a little warm, and it started going, and that's why they have all those movies like that.
Right.
We have a phone call from Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
Hi. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
Fine, thank you. My question is my daughter's first birthday is coming up on November 7th, and I want to be able to make the frosting even around the cake. So what's the best utensil to use?
Okay, a spatula. A regular spatula, metal edge spatula. Makes it very, very even. And as I said, when you get the frosting on, take a glass of hot water after you've frosted the cake, and dip the spatula in the hot water and just run it across the top and the sides of the cake, and that evens everything off and makes it nice and smooth.
Okay, one more question. Can you recommend a good frosting for young children?
Good frosting for young children is something very simple. Children, basically, we find, don't eat the frosting. They'll play with it. They like to have the cake, and they'll lick some of the frosting off, but they basically don't eat too much of it.
Okay.
So even the canned frostings, which is what I'm using tonight, they're all fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
For kids, the best thing to do is put a little knockout drops in the frosting. We have a Scarecrow here. Can we get...
Sure, we can put him on.
All right, how does this work here?
Okay.
Oh, look.
That's what I copy from coloring books and any kind of photographs that are available.
Oh, so you actually get a pair of scissors here and you cut out around there. Whoa.
Right. We cut him out. And we'll try and
cut
do
it
him
out.
quick. Okay.
Okay. Whee.
That's right.
Wafer paper.
and you can finish this on the cake too. Sometimes it works better on the cake because you have a solid base underneath the picture to work with. Usually do a lot better job than this cutting it out.
So when you start with the wafer paper, are you seeing this image
Yes.
through? It's like tracing paper in that way?
Right. It's exactly like tracing paper. And I use
Pixel
non-toxic magic marker to outline him and then fill it in with the gel.
See, here's where we started. We started with this scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. And then you can finish filling him in on here.
Okay.
Okay.
Now then, I noticed you have some wafer paper. Would you take some frosting and then put it?
Yes, you can. Usually, as I did with this one, I cut it out much closer to it
Okay.
because, you know, time allows. And we put it on very carefully. Sometimes I'll add grass around it or little extra designs around it to dress it up.
Very nice. Any tips for our viewers out there, and anything that you could sum everything up with, what they need to know? And
basically, you just have to have confidence in yourself and find a good picture that you can start out with something easy. That's why I use coloring book. And get involved. Just get involved and get started.
Well, that's terrific. I thank you so much for being on our
thank you.
program. Georgia, you were wonderful.
Thank
the cakes
you.
are beautiful. Are you going to cut one of these cakes?
We're going to cut them for the crew tonight.
Oh, we are?
Mm-hmm.
Can I cut one now?
You'd be my guest.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Let me get my thing here. We're going to be right back with Joe Barcelona talking apples. But I really wanted to cut. Which one should I cut?
Either one.
I can't do it. I can't do it. As
Sure you
deranged
can.
as I feel in this getup,
Sure you
I
can. Go
can't.
ahead. Hack it.
Poor scarecrow. We'll be back.
My name is Louis DeJesus. I work for Cablevision, and my job is to build and maintain the underground cable systems. My purpose here today is to relocate these boxes from down here in the road up to the house. There'll be less chance of any water damage that will occur to the fittings or anything like that. We work very hard at putting everything back together for like 100% restoration so that we really can't tell that we were there at all. That's one of our main goals. And keeping the customer happy will keep everybody happy.
Take cable away, and what have we got? Well, no cable, no HBO. No HBO, no comic relief. No comic relief, no $28 million for the homeless. No cable, no TNT. No TNT, virtually no place to see this.
I got music.
But you wouldn't got it because you wouldn't get cable. And no cable, no Nick at Night. No Nick at Night, no Get Smart. And that's not the only way you wouldn't get smart, because no cable, no CNN. No way to get some of the best news in the world. Okay, cable. It's everything television can be.
I really like this stuff because you can do things that usual museums wouldn't let you do.
You get to watch yourself on the news pretending that you're like a news person.
I played on the computers.
I like the part where we play with the bubbles because that was really fun.
I like the wheelchair where you sit down.
Everyone was having fun.
That was great.
Did you know that C-SPAN and C-SPAN 2 were created and are supported by the cable television industry? In 1979, Cablevision and other cable companies established C-SPAN as a public service for their viewers. C-SPAN now provides live coverage of the U.S. House of Representatives, and C-SPAN 2 covers the Senate. Both networks carry live hearings, news conferences, viewer call-in shows, and special educational programs kids can watch in schools. Cablevision, get to know us. We've got a lot to offer.
Hi, I'm your gardening professor, Barbara M. Shadler, from the Extra Help Gardening Show. And tonight, we're talking with Bill and Joe about apples. We're out at Trimble's in Cutchogue, which is a garden center, and we're here with Nancy Lascotti of Trimble's in her personal orchard out back. Hi, how are you today?
Hi, Barbara. How you doing?
Good. How many types of apples do you have here?
We have about 5 in this orchard. Most of them are we kind of picked already, but the Red Delicious and the Yellow Delicious are what we have today.
And you had some McIntosh earlier, but they're finished?
But they're finished. We already put them in the garage, and we're going to store them for later on.
So what do you do with your apples?
We make applesauce out of them, and we use them for apple cider. They're organic, so sometimes they're not always perfect, but they're real good to eat right off the tree even too.
Well, I want to thank you, and let's go back and see some apples.
Thank you, Professor Barbara Shadler. Welcome back to You're the Expert, everybody. I'm Bill Polchinski, and I'm here with our resident expert. He's been away for a couple of weeks, but he's back. He's Joe Barcelona. Hi, Joe.
It's great to be back, Bill. How you doing?
I'm good, and I love your hair.
Yeah, you see
got
this?
a haircut.
Got it cut today.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, you know, I figured for the show, first time back. You know, I got to get a little buzz there. You know.
Yeah, well,
the buzz cut. That's right. That's right.
Let's not take that the wrong way. Tonight we're going to be talking apples. Apples, because it's the fall season, and everybody knows that fall and apples go together, especially Newton.
That's right, Isaac
Newton, because the apple fell, hit him, and he said, "Oh, gravity."
Well, actually, that's how the apple got its name.
No.
Yeah, Adam said to Eve, "Give it a pull," and she pulled it down and got the apple.
Why don't I believe you?
I don't know.
You know, it's funny you should mention Adam, because part of the superstition of Friday the 13th is people believe that Adam was born on Friday the 13th, and that's why it's an unlucky day. There weren't even calendars then. There weren't.
But were they triskaidekaphobic?
I hope not.
No, you know what that means?
It means they built surfboards in their basement in their spare time.
No, it means fear of 13, triskaidekaphobia.
Yes.
That's right. You should know these things.
Well, I said that earlier in the show.
Just
so you must have been out in the hallway schmoozing.
No, I was eating an apple.
About
That's right.
Well, what do we need to know about apples?
Well, first of all, I wanted to show you, this is an orange.
Yeah.
And this is an apple.
Yeah, but that's like apples and oranges.
That's exactly it. That's why I brought these two here. Well,
Aren't you glad we used this joke?
I'll give it apple. Anyway, well, you know, New York is called the Big Apple. And so I figured New York apples are the best. So we went out to Cutchogue, Long Island.
That's right.
Yeah, way out on the North Shore.
Way.
Actually, that's where Barbara Shadler, you know, threw to us. She didn't throw an apple.
No.
But she threw to us. And then
How do you like
Cutchogue,
people picking things off you?
The Wizard of Oz,
That's
1939. Right. I remember that scene. That scared me when I was a kid.
Scares me now.
Sure does. Well, anyway, we picked apples, and they were right. They said they had 5 different types of apples there. But I have 12 different kinds of apples.
Wow.
I don't know. I guess they must have multiplied. I don't know why. But I went and I got the Granny Smith apple. But who is this Granny Smith lady?
I don't know.
She must have baked a lot of apple pies, because Granny Smith apples are the ones that you bake apple pies with.
The green ones?
Yeah, because they're tart. So you put a lot of sugar in apple pies.
And you don't want to really eat these?
They're too tart. So you really wouldn't want to eat that.
Okay.
So
Granny Smith, and this is also the Beatles use this on their
that's right, on
Apple Records label.
That's right. You know, do we have a knife here? I wanted to cut
rock and roll trivia for you.
I wanted to cut one in half, but I wanted to cut one in half this way. First of all, to find out if there's a worm in the apple. But also, if you cut an apple in half this way,
yeah,
you'll see a pretty star, and kids will love it.
Oh, really?
I learned that on that new show, Tell Me a Story. You know.
On the Extra Help.
On the Extra Help, that's what I watched. Not You're the Expert, but I watched Tell Me a Story.
Well, you can't watch You're the Expert. You're on You're the Expert.
That's right.
Okay, so you cut an apple open.
And then it's a star. You see a star. I thought that was great. That was pretty amazing.
Well, I'm glad you don't have a knife, because I'd have to put on my Jason mask again.
Aha.
Okay, so this is Granny Smith. Now what do we have?
Well, there are a number of different. I have, let's see, I said 12 different kinds of apples. We have the Granny Smith, and then the Golden Delicious, which is golden and delicious.
Now,
kind of looks the same.
Yep.
But Golden Delicious is very sweet. It's more for eating than for cooking with, because you put too much sugar in the apple pie. So, and it's also very soft texture too. So, also you'll notice with all these apples that since the Cutchogue Farm, what is it, Wickham's, I think? I forgot the name of it already. Yeah, Wickham's. The Wickham's Fruit Farm, they're all natural, so they're not coated with wax, so they're kind of dull, which is also good for TV, because they won't glare under the hot light.
Do they actually coat apples with wax?
Yes, they do.
Is it edible?
Yeah, it's edible wax, sure.
So,
but it gives them that really nice glossy shine.
And this is a big one. What is this one?
That one is the Mitsu, I think. The Matsu, I'm pretty sure.
Matsu.
Yeah, that's a Matsu. Out of my lunch bags here.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, that's a Matsu apple. And the Matsu apple is good for cooking and eating. It's kind of has a nice taste to it. And it's also a large apple. You can bring this to the teacher. Teacher would love you. You get A's all week.
Teacher could eat that all week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of green apples here. God didn't make little green apples. It don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime.
Oh, God. I wasn't even going to go into that, but you did it, so anyway.
You know, we only have 2 Friday the 13th this year. We had one in January and this one in October.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
What about Thursday the 13th?
We had a couple of those too.
Okay, good.
But there are never more than 3 in a year.
Really?
Yes. Never more than 3 Friday the 13th.
Why?
It's some kind of regulation.
You have the Jonagold apple.
Jonagold.
Which is also...
Another green one.
It's another... Well, it's half green, half red.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking, though, if you really buff it, I'm sure you can... Jimmy buff it. Yeah, you can get a little bit of a shine just from the natural resin that's on there.
Wow.
But they really do coat them, you know.
So.
And this is the Jonagold, and it's good for cooking and eating.
Jonagold.
So, is that like Jonas Salk?
Yes.
Then there's the Gala. The Gala apple, you can also cook and eat with. You all right there?
Yes. I'm listening. I'm rotating. All right.
And this is, you see, this is a little bit yellow. This is yellow inside. That's why you got the name Jonagold.
Jonagold. Wait,
yeah.
What was that one?
That one. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a Gala.
A Gala.
Yeah, I thought that the Jonagold got the yellow because it was yellow inside, the gold name, but I guess not. So anyway, there are. Like we did the mutsu.
Mutsu.
Okay. Mutsu pork. I think isn't that, you get that at the Chinese restaurant?
Yes, you do. Mutsu.
Then there's a Cortland apple. Cortland you can cook and eat with also.
Is that from Cortland, upstate New York, where the college is?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where it was founded. The apple. You know, you want to take a bite out of one of these apples? Cortland, you can also cook and eat too.
Eh?
Sure, go right ahead. You know what? You're the apple of my eye. There you go. You got the Jonomac. Jonomac is strictly for eating also.
Wow.
There's just so many different apples.
Tasty.
You know, I'm going to try this
tiny.
one. This is a tiny little apple. This looks like one of the ones that, you know, you grow in your backyard.
Yeah, now, there are a lot of apple trees people have in their yards. Are those edible apples?
Absolutely.
Really? Because they usually look, you know, I don't know, they don't look like real apples. Crab apples. Are crab apples edible?
I've eaten them when I was a kid.
Really?
Got a little crabby.
But,
well, you know what, they're very tart. And they're also, you know, kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't eat a crab apple.
Good apple.
Well, what? Hey, there's a worm in there. You know the worst thing is biting into an apple and finding half a worm?
Yeah.
No, not good. That's not good.
No,
anyway.
It's just fooling. There are no worms in these apples.
No, these are really good apples.
From Trimble's Nursery, Cutchogue. Thanks, Trimble.
No, they're Wickham's Nursery.
These are from Wickham's?
These are from Wickham's.
Trimble's.
No, these are from Wickham's.
Well, the hat is from Trimble.
The hat is from Trimble, but we went to Wickham's.
Barbara Shadler is from.
Now this one, what would you call this apple?
What
color is the apple?
Red.
And take a taste out of it. How is it?
This is one of those red scrumptious apples.
No. It's a Red Delicious apple, Bill. All right.
Red Delicious.
Now, here's the
well
one.
named.
This is the, I call this the J. Tansy apple because it's the Macintosh. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I was wrong there.
It's a computerized.
It's a computerized J. Tansy. It's not Macintosh.
Yeah, Macintosh. Macintosh is very sweet.
Yeah. That's the most popular apple, actually. It's very popular. It's a sweet apple. You can cook with it. You can make apple crisp out of it. You can make a baked apple out of it. Actually, you know, when my mom called me and she said that you can easily make a baked apple in a microwave oven. All you do is you cut off the top, like that. Core out the center, the seeds. Get a little. Well, you know, I got to go on a diet, so I use Sweet and Low and cinnamon. Put that inside there, like 1 packet of Sweet and Low or equal. A teaspoon of cinnamon. Pour it in there with a little water. Put it in the microwave oven. Let it cook for about 3 minutes.
In what?
In
a bowl?
In a bowl or a plate or something, so that the water can collect on the bottom. Take it out. Pour the water, you know, now the juices. Put it back in there for about another minute or so on high. And you got yourself a baked apple if you're hungry in the middle of the night. So, and it's healthy, it's delicious, and it's good for you.
That's
because
great.
You know what the doctor says, an apple a day keeps
the doctor away.
Yeah,
well, now why would the doctors want to tell you that?
I don't know.
They don't want to scare you away. They want those patients to return. There are a lot of apple festivals going on all over Long Island. I went to one a few weeks ago out in Setauket. It was wonderful. They had a lot of antique apple coring machines, and they show you how they skin them. And
you see the machines that you make the apple cider with, you know,
the presses.
That presses it all down. They just throw all the apples in, and it just.
And the Yellow Jackets were enjoying it.
Oh yes, they were. I'm sure they were. This one is, you know, what is New York? What do they call New York? Besides the Big Apple. The Empire State.
Oh.
An Empire Apple.
Empire State Apple.
That's right. The Empire State Apple. You can cook and you can eat with that one too. I'm getting hungry again. I'm gonna have some more apple.
Empire Apple, not Empire State Apple, but Empire Apple.
Then there's the Spartan apple. which again, this is almost like a crab apple, but this is very sweet too. Another tiny apple. And, you know, it's just another one of the many different varieties of apple.
Spartan, do you know where it got its name? Because Spartan usually means small. Now
small.
this one is a lot smaller.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know. Is there anybody out there who knows? Maybe we can have them call in.
Maybe there's a town there. I think there is a Sparta in New York.
There's Sparta.
Okay.
And this one is the Macoun apple.
The Macoun.
The Macoun apple is
sweet
good.
And tart.
Oh, sweet and tart, and it's so delicious. I think it's more delicious than the Red Delicious.
Mm.
And are we getting close up with that apple?
Yeah, we are.
Uh-huh. How about a close up with the bitten one? Now,
Sure. Once bitten.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is, yeah, Macouns are delicious.
Another great thing you can make out of apples, since it's apple season, is apple butter.
Mm.
Which is really, really good. It's just apple butter. Apple, sugar, vinegar, and spices.
And that's it. So it's not really butter at all. There's
no, but it's like a butter.
Involved.
No dairy at all. Just apple, sugar, cinnamon, and spice.
So lactose intolerance people, you don't have to worry. Apple butter, it's okay.
That's right.
This is great. And of course...
well, apple cider.
Whose cider do you want anyway?
Cider. Is there anyone?
Cider.
No, that's cider, right?
Yep.
Anyway.
Apple cider.
Apple cider. Hey, you know, this is good too because it has no fat.
No fat?
Absolutely no fat. So, really healthy. Healthful for you, rather.
Well,
so we went apple picking here and had a lot of fun. And
yeah,
you can still do it. I mean, there's plenty of time to go apple picking. You can go leaf watching, all upstate in Dutchess County.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
Definitely. You know, apple picking.
Apple cider. What's the difference between apple cider and apple juice?
Apple cider, it has the pulp in it, right?
And
it's taken. The apple juice is homogenized and cleared and strained and
strained.
Yeah, and this is thick. And then you get mulling spices, and you can mull cider too.
I'll mull that over.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can you juggle?
I don't know. I'm going to give that a try.
Okay.
Well, this one's a little big. A little big. That's an oxymoron. Let me try this. First I have to tell you, we're having the best of Extra Help next week because I'm not going to be here. I'm going upstate New York.
You know, and I was going to be here.
You were?
Yeah.
Well, you can still
I'll come here. You know,
All right.
I'll just stand here. Nobody will be in the studio, right?
That's okay.
Nobody is there now anyway.
My rock and roll group, Blotto, is being inducted into the Capital Area Musicians Association Hall of Fame. Indicted? Yeah. Oh, or abducted. Into the Hall of Fame next Friday night in Albany, New York. Anyone going to be upstate, stop up to the Empire State Plaza for the big gala celebration. Blotto will be inducted in the first round they've ever had in their Hall of Fame up there. And Blotto, a rock and roll band from the early 1980s. And why don't we take a look at one of the songs that Blotto will be performing. Here's a blast from the past, kids.
Wow.
You can't fire me. I quit. Yes, that was me, your friend Bill Polchinski, in the days when I was Broadway Blotto, and I'll be Broadway Blotto again next Friday night up in Albany. Like I said, if you're passing through Albany, that's Friday, October 20th, and you get to the Empire State Plaza and you want to do some rock and roll, we're going to be rocking. All my pals will be there: Sarge Blotto, Bowtie Blotto, Lee Harvey Blotto, and Cheese Blotto, the guy with no hair. But we have some callers who have a caption for our photo of the week. We have Andy on the phone. Hello, Andy. Welcome to the program.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
And where are you from?
Comac.
Comac. And what do you do out in Comac?
Not much.
Nothing much. Okay, what's your quote there?
Boy, am I bushed.
Boy, am I bushed. Good going, Andy. Okay, stay on the line there so they can talk to you and get all the particulars. Now we have Scott on the phone. Hello, Scott.
How you doing?
Welcome to the program.
Hi. My quote for the picture of the week
Yes?
is before the hedge clippers.
What, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Before the hedge clippers.
Before the hedge clippers. Very nice. Good work. Stay on the line. We'll get your name and address, and we'll see who's in the running here. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the program.
Hi.
You're on the phone.
Hi, hello?
Hello.
Hi, it's Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, okay, I have a caption.
Okay.
Okay, it's the botanical being.
The botanical being. Very nice. I like it. It's like the bionic man, the botanical being. Those are three so far. Our three callers in for photo of the week. Okay, our judges are working furiously backstage in the control room, tabulating the results, and we're going to come back in a little bit with Marie Walters, who is, we were just talking about apples. She's going to be talking about appliques, T-shirt appliques for Halloween. So stay right here. You're on the Extra Help channel watching You're the Expert.
Hi, I'm Joseph Ryan, and I work for Cablevision's Converter Control. Part of my job is to make sure all the converters that leave here are in good working condition for our customers. Sometimes a converter will need a repair. When that happens, we give the customers a new converter right away so they don't have to wait for one to be repaired. I like knowing that the work I do helps customers enjoy a clear picture when they sit down to watch TV. And by doing my job well, I help give customers the good service they deserve from Cablevision.
What would the world look like if cable had never been born? Well, no cable, no MTV. No MTV, no Choose or Lose. No Choose or Lose, no 100,000 new young voters. No cable, no TNT. No TNT, hardly any chance to see this. I'm singing in the rain. Which would be chilling, but no way to know how chilling because no cable, no Weather Channel, no way to know what to pack for your next vacation. After all, you might need an umbrella. Okay, cable. It's everything television can be.
I really like this stuff because you can do things that usual museums wouldn't let you do.
You get to watch yourself on the news pretending that you're like a news person.
I played on the computers.
I like the part where we play with the bubbles because that was really fun.
I like the wheelchair where you sit down.
Everyone was having fun.
That was great.
Welcome back to You're the Expert. I'm Bill Polchinski. Our phone number is 1-800-EXT-HELP, and our fax number is area code 516-596-0715. I'd like to welcome back to You're the Expert our T-shirt expert. It's Marie Walters. Hello, Marie.
Hi, Bill. Thank
How
you.
are you?
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Good to have you back, and happy almost Halloween. Happy Friday the 13th.
Almost. I forgot about that today. I'm glad.
Oh, well, everything all right so far?
Everything is fine so far.
You've got appliques for us tonight. Now, what are appliques anyway?
Appliques are pieces of fabric adhered to a shirt or a pocketbook or a box or any place you want to put one.
Anything that has
If you have
fabric
a stain on your shirt, you put an applique right on that stain, and you can wear your shirt over and over again.
Very nice. I like that idea.
Okay.
And you have some holiday-oriented appliques.
Right. I'm going to show you tonight a Halloween one, but first I'll start off with the beginning. Okay? We'll start at the beginning. Okay. If you want to do an applique, the absolute easiest way is to go to the store and to buy a package.
Okay.
Okay, there are all kinds of, and inside the package are pieces of fabric already with the glue on the back or the fusible webbing.
Take a look at that one.
You take them out, put them in place on your shirt, and iron them, and you're done. It's as easy as that.
So they give you an idea of what you have in there.
Right.
And then...
and they give you a layout, but if you don't like that, you can change it.
Okay.
And you don't have to put it on the front of the shirt, you can put it on the back of the shirt.
On the back. So you have all kinds of motifs. This is a Western motif. This is a little dinosaur. And this is
and this is
ice
just
cream.
for you, it's ice cream.
Ice cream and cake.
I see that you like sweets.
Yes, I do. Did you get any cake?
No, they haven't cut it out yet. They're going to cut it.
I was cutting
well, except the way
out
you
here.
stabbed it.
Oh, boy,
right,
boy.
but they're going to cut it. All right, so if you're going to make your own without buying one, you go to the store and you buy fusible webbing. It looks like paper.
Kind of looks like the wafer paper we had here
right.
before.
On one side it's smooth and on the other side is rough, and that's the glue. And what you're going to do is iron this glue onto your fabric. You can buy any kind of fabric you want. You can buy something with flowers, cut it out. If you don't like anything in fabric, you can buy bandanas. This has got
You know, I thought
Minnie
those
and
looked
Mickey.
like bandanas that you had there.
Yeah, well, bandanas have a lot of great designs.
My son
really
loves Minnie Mouse.
Well, we'll make them something out of that.
All
Here's
right.
something very Western. You can cut it out.
Let me just hold this up. This is beautiful. And these are bandanas that you
They're
get in
bandanas.
the
You can
bandana
use
store.
it all in a bandana store, right? In any craft store you can buy this. Okay? You can use it all, or you can cut out and use piece by piece.
Yeah.
Here's something cute for little kids. You can cut it out, or you can put it around a shirt.
Oh, I see.
And make it nice and big.
Let me hold this up. We got Dalmatians here. These aren't the Disney licensed Dalmatians.
I don't
These
think
are
so,
just
no.
regular Dalmatians.
Right. Yeah. Also in the stores, they have... Oh, I got this upside down. I think this is the Cookie Monster.
I think
You
that's
can
Baby
buy
Cookie
something
Monster.
like this, and it's mainly for making a toy out of it. They want you to cut it apart, sew it together,
and stuff it.
But if you don't want to do that, you can cut it out. I have a smaller version for a smaller shirt. This was for my granddaughter. Sew it on.
Oh, that's pretty.
Or you can put paint on it. And it's cute.
Yeah,
and you
it
can
is.
throw it in the washing machine, no problem at all.
All right.
All right, now I'll show
And
you
these
how
are
to
sewn
do
on.
it. Well, first I used the fusible webbing, and then I sewed it on.
Oh, okay. So you did a little bit of both.
I did a little bit of extra.
So
Okay.
how do we do this here?
All right, what you do is you get your fusible webbing, which is this. You take the rough side, you put it on the wrong side of your fabric, and with an iron, you iron it on very easily.
Okay.
After it's ironed on, it will look like this. It has a little bit of paper on it. And then you take your scissor, and I have it partially cut out, but not completely. And just cut it out.
Cut it out.
Right, just cut it out like that. Okay? Now, that's your applique. All right, you take off the backing, you just pull it like that.
And that doesn't rip the fabric?
No, and it peels right off. Now, if you feel this, it's rough. That's the glue.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Then all you have to do is take your shirt, or wherever you're going to put it. I didn't bring an iron tonight, but I'll let you see what it would look like. You just take your shirt and iron it on. And that's it, you're done. Then if you want, you want to hold it?
Yeah, let me hold that up for you. Yep.
If you want, you can sew around the edges with a decorative stitch. You can put paint on it if you want, or you can leave it alone. Then out of the extra pieces of fabric, I've cut out some stars. You do the same thing. You peel off the paper, and you can put it all over.
Now, do you
the
have
front.
to sew it on? Will the
No,
glue be sufficient?
No, the glue is sufficient, but if you feel like playing around a bit, you can put a decorative stitch
so that
around
would be
the end.
a
Right.
decorative extra.
Right.
All
If
right.
you want, you can put paint on it.
Mm-hmm.
Paint, you can go around the edges. Or you can just leave it as is. Now, here are some boots that I cut out. They have the fusible webbing on. And it's just paper.
Now, these are the same boots you had last time.
No, they're not. Those boots I painted. All right. Now, here it is, ironed onto a shirt with a little bit of fringe.
Ooh. Now,
Perfect for line dancing.
yeah.
Okay, and I put some gold paint on it.
Oh, that's all that is? Little drops of
Little
gold paint?
gold paint.
Like you would take this. This isn't open, is it?
No, it's not.
This,
No, don't open it.
I'm holding it. No, I won't.
You can turn it over, but don't open it.
So you would just go like this, boink, boink,
That's it.
boink.
That's all you have to do. But what you want to do first is put
Boink, boink, boink.
a
I'm
piece
boinking.
of paper in here or a shirt board so it doesn't go through
Oh,
the
so it doesn't go
outside.
through the back,
Right.
like the socks in
Right.
Los Angeles.
Okay.
I know that routine.
And here's another one.
Whoa, that is
And it's
pretty.
done the same way. This is just ironed on, and it has some glitter paint on, a little bit of paint
Let me
around
hold
the
that up
edges.
there. Let me get a close look at this. Now, this is the same. This was like
Same.
a bandana deal or a
No,
kit?
that was a piece of fabric,
A piece of fabric.
and I cut out the leaves. And just iron it on. It's simple.
Now, what is this glitter?
That's it.
Here.
This is glitter paint.
Same thing? But it's such a fine line. How did you get the fine line?
The point is very fine.
Really? That
It's very
fine?
This one has a very fine point, yes.
Wow.
If you want to make it thicker, then you just squeeze the bottle a little bit harder, and it will come out.
And you can use any material?
Anything you want.
Bandanas?
You have to remember to wash your fabric first
First.
and wash your shirt first.
Okay.
Here's another piece of fabric that I bought. This is, you know, in case you have a little baby you want to make something for. It has blocks on it.
Oh.
It has a bunny rabbit that looks like our bunny rabbit Tiffany. And it's got a jack-in-the-box.
That is great.
All right.
Now, this is pretty delicate work here. And the glitter, that fine line, you did that all freehand?
That's freehand, yeah. Yeah, that's
Very
easy.
nice.
That's
Very
easy
artistic.
to do.
Oh, easy.
You can throw it in the washing machine. You can throw it in the dryer.
That's what makes you an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does this stuff not come off in the washing machine?
I don't know, but
you
it
don't know.
doesn't.
It's magic.
It is magic.
Because that is beautiful. I don't know how close you got in on that. I can't see, but that fine line of glitter there. Let's see if I can pick up the lights. Ooh, look at that. Looks like slugs have been crawling all over
That does look good, huh? I like it better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That is
now,
beautiful.
appliques aren't limited to fabric, not fabric, to garments. Here's a piece of fabric. I put the fusible webbing on. I cut out what I wanted to cut out. I painted a box, and then I ironed it onto a box.
Ooh.
Now this is this.
Yeah, I could see where you cut them out.
It's fabric. And then I took the glue, not the glue, but the paint, same thing, and I just put little dabs all around.
Are those dabs or boinks?
Well, some are dabs and some are boinks. It depends on which one you're looking at.
You're really a good sport because, you know,
Yeah.
I throw everything at you and you just keep moving along there.
Yeah, let me show you something that's really cool.
Let me hold this up here.
Okay, if you're going to make a shirt and you're going to put a pumpkin on it, you're only going to be able to wear it one day a year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a waste. So what I like to do is put the adhesive on the back, the fusible webbing, and then I fuse it to a piece of plain fabric. And then on the back of the plain fabric, I put a sticky or tacky glue. And then I can put it on, and I can take it off tomorrow.
Really?
And put something else on.
Whoa. And where do we get this sticky tacky glue?
Any of the craft stores.
Craft stores. Oh, look at this.
Such as this here.
Look
You
at
wanna hold
this. Yeah.
Now this has been fused with the fusible webbing, but then I fused it to a piece of fabric instead of the shirt. So tomorrow when I want to put on a heart, I'll peel this off and I'll put the heart on. Or I will put the pumpkin on.
Now,
And it's all, this pattern I made myself, it's a little bit of everything.
and can you reuse this? Can you
Oh, yes,
put this away
yes.
somewhere and then
Put
iron
it
it
away.
on again?
Well, you just, it's just sticks.
Oh.
It's like a Band-Aid.
That's easy.
So you can, this way you don't have to, you know, just use a shirt for one one occasion. Take this off and I can put the pumpkin on for Halloween.
And it doesn't lose its stick, for instance, a year later?
It will after you use it maybe 20 or 30 times, and then you just re-glue it.
Are we talking about 20 or 30 years?
No, 20 or 30 times.
But, I mean, if you're using it once a year and taking it off...
It'll last you 20, 30 years.
Oh, it will?
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Yeah. Now, that's not planned obsolescence at all.
Yeah,
well, this is really wonderful, and I thank you so much for being on our program again.
Well, I hope you'll try it.
Well, I'm not your cutout sew-y type,
well,
but hey, I can learn because I'm a 90s guy.
And I saw you cut the cake.
I did cut the cake. I really stabbed the cake.
So you can really cut this out.
Well, thank you so much for bringing all this stuff and showing us how. Marie Walters, thanks for being our expert again.
Bill. Okay.
And we have another phone caller. We have another photo cop. And who is this on the phone? Hi, Rob. Welcome to the program.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Good.
Where are you from?
Port Washington.
Where?
Port Washington.
Oh, Port Washington. How is it up there? Is it raining?
Yeah, it's old school.
Old school?
Yeah, like...
Oh, it's raining toadstools up there.
No, it's not raining, though.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
What are you doing in Port Washington?
Oh, nothing much.
Nothing much. We get a lot of callers who do nothing much, except watch this show, which is okay with me. You have a caption for our Bushman. Yes.
All right, it was George Bush.
It's George Bush. Very nice. He looks like George Bush, doesn't he? Okay, well, stay on the line so we can get your name and address because our judges are working back there furiously. Our judges, wait, it's coming through. Andy is the winner. Andy, where are you?
Here.
Hello, welcome back. How do you feel?
Okay.
Have you ever won anything on TV before?
No.
You win this hat from Trimble's Nursery.
That one?
This hat that I've been wearing.
You don't have any sleeves or anything, do you?
Have any what?
Nothing.
No, I don't. No, it's all fine. And you'll be sent this in the mail, and thank you so much for calling. You're the expert. And what was your caption again? It was?
Boy, am I bushed.
Boy, am I bushed. Good work, Andy. Thanks so much for calling. You're the expert. This is our show for tonight. I'd like to thank our guests. I'd like to thank our callers. I'd like to thank our crew, who always do such a great job. And next week, best of You're the Expert. And in 2 weeks, that's October 27th, we're going to have a Halloween show. We're going to have Halloween stuff all night. And I wanted to let you know that if you're looking for something to do in the Smithtown area, next Friday night at the Church of the Resurrection, there's going to be a big sports auction, and that's to benefit North Suffolk Center. That's going to be Friday night in Smithtown. If you have any questions, you want to find out, you want to go, it's North Suffolk Center in Smithtown. Give them a call. There's going to be apple picking this weekend out in Long Island. There's going to be pumpkin picking. We want you all to get out there and take advantage of the good weather. It's supposed to rain a little bit tomorrow, but that shouldn't dampen your spirits. It's beautiful fall weather on Long Island. I'm Bill Polchinski. This is the Extra Help Channel. This is You're the Expert. I'll see you live in 2 weeks. Good night and God bless.
It's that time again. I hope you learned something and also enjoyed yourself here on Extra Help. I also hope you're not triskaidekaphobic. That's the fear of 13. Have a great weekend. We'll all be back on Monday, and now that's 9 a.m. See you then.